Alright guys, we're back on the clapped out Honda Civic off of Marketplace. Today we're putting the exhaust in, hopefully get all that buttoned up and fire it for, I don't know, it's been sitting here for a couple months. So fire it up and hopefully I did the timing belt and all the other stuff right because it's been a while. Let's get into it. Sorry for the fan noise again, guys, but we're crawling up under here to get this off. Things falling while I'm under the car. I did pick up this tool. I heard this helps with getting the grommet off, and I got some looby-doob. This is some of the best stuff too, guys. Gibbs. It's not cheap, but if you ever got metal, like down here in Florida, we do run into a lot of rust issues, so it does help that if we spray that stuff on there, it kind of just stays. So we're gonna get this one off. We got new ones too, so let's see how this does. Oh, okay. All right, get one of these for sure. So that came off super easy. Definitely get one of these. Damn, this whole time I've been struggling trying to get those off. That's not fun. All right, so this is down, I think just the back one. That's a bolted on. I'm gonna try and get the gun and break this off. All right, I know it's a little dark under here. Sorry about that. Don't have any light. I don't know what size that is, 12? Haha. Crank her up, power. Oh, that's not easy to get to. Oh yeah. All right. That's what we're gonna do. Oh fuck, we're not even on. Holy hell. Got it. All right, so all that's left, get this muffler down, which is just this one grommet here. And I should really be more careful because I just noticed that my jack stand wasn't even touching the frame. The other ones are though, so I guess we're okay. All right, this one's got two of them. Need my lube. At least it's not as beat up under here as the rest of the car. Probably need some new lower control arms. I'll make a suspension bar from here to here. I used to make these, so I'll make them for this. Other than that, everything looks okay in here. It's not too bad. Definitely could be worse. Let me move you back so you don't get looby on you. That'd be weird. All right, so we're gonna see how this exhaust fits. I hear that some fits okay, sometimes it doesn't. Luckily, I can modify what I need to. Most people don't have that option, but I do. All right, one out. Oh my God, this tool. I'm telling you. Get this tool off Amazon. If I can remember to link it, I will, because I know everybody's seen this tool before, but I never used it, and I never needed it, and now I do, because we have another project after this one. Here we go, and she's out. So in good old Florida fashion, it's about to start raining. It's been raining every day for like the last 5 or 6 days, like just constant, but I'm gonna get a little wet. Luckily I'm in the garage mostly, but half of me is not, so let's get under, get it put on. All right, let's not scratch this up. Oh yeah, that's way far back. Why is this so far back? That is right where I want it. So I got it right where I want it. It'll lift it up as I put the exhaust on. It's flush right where the turn of the bumper is, where it concaves, whatever you want to call it. So it looks good. That's right where I want it. It won't be touching once I get it down, but that's what I want, just like that. It's a good muffler. Still amazed by how cheap they can make this stuff, considering it's stainless steel, and I get it that it's cheap, China, stainless steel, whatever, but for her first car, and this being something that I don't know how long it's gonna last her anyway, but she can have fun with this and really play, and I can't, and being that I'm flipping the bill on this, I can't just keep dropping money on expensive exhaust systems. So all right, let's go grab the other center section, put the center section in, and then that should line me up to know where I need to finish the test pipe. Alright, this one's in. Sucks because it looks like I'm missing a grommet here. So I may have to make one. No big, but let's get at least the one on. So there was one welded here, and it was a stem that came out to hold that one on. So I'm gonna definitely do that. That should be pretty easy from under here. And then now, and that way I can pull this up, because right now it's kind of close to hitting that. So figure something out so that that can hold that there. And then we need to jog that over somehow. It's got to get down there. So I'm going to grab the test pipe for that, put that on, and then see how far we are from there. Okay. Well, that's not good. This isn't going to work at all. Shit. Alright. First startup. That, my friends, is a goddamn race car. No, I'm just kidding. That was open header, so I already ordered the flange for the exhaust. It needed a 2 1/4 exhaust flange, and I had a 2 1/2. So I'm gonna cut it off. I just ordered it. It'll be here in about a week, and we'll get back on this, and we should be able to button this up. Very little to do other than the AC. We just gotta replace the fan. I need to make sure this radiator fan is working. This guy had a wire tapped into the plug for the radiator fan, running across the engine bay into the cabin and hooked up to a fuse. I have no clue why. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. If you needed power, I don't know if maybe there's a power issue to this. If you needed power, the fuse box is right there. Anyway, so that's one thing we'll have to check once we can let it sit and run for a while. But she fired up after a minute, because I did change out the fuel filter, so once it got fuel, fired up, sounded amazing. Wife told me the house was shaking, and I said, you know what? That's race car life. You have to live it. I ordered some of these off Amazon. I only need one, but it came in like a 4-pack. But this is what I'm gonna do to get the other side of that exhaust hanger done. Also have some exhaust hanger rubbers. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick. We'll just MIG weld that on. We're still waiting for the other part that we need to go from the header to the test pipe. That'll be in any day. All right, back under here. Just gonna give this a little grindy right there if I can reach it. Yeah, we'll see. All right, we're gonna attempt this. I really hate welding on my back. Good enough. Get you guys out of the way. Alright, not my best work, but it'll do. Just make sure I'm not setting any fires over here. I just don't have enough room under here to maneuver the way I need to, but this will work for now. It'll get that up out of the way and get it off the body. Alright, let that cool down. That should be nice and strong. Good to go. So that is the new bracket welded on. Now we gotta take this back over to the car because I need to see how long I gotta be. So that's what we're gonna do now. I just need this to cool down, then we gotta get under the car. I'm gonna mount this one and then see what the distance is, and then we'll weld these two together, and that part is done. All right guys, the correct donut gasket came in finally, so we can get this done. Now I am noticing underneath the car, the headers are causing a little bit of a slope. I'm not getting a straight line. So I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna, because we're not using this bung anyway, I'm gonna cut this off and put that together, and then start working on getting this to work itself up. I don't quite know how I'm gonna do that yet. I've got plenty of tubing, but everything's pretty straight. So we're gonna go ahead real quick though, cut this off, get this part, what I'll probably do is cut this off, go ahead and attach this part here, and then start working my way and see if I need to modify this. I think I'm gonna have to do a slight pie cut in it, and then do a slight pie cut the opposite way to get it to where it kind of does that. I would prefer it be rounded, but it's gonna be such a short distance. I think we're only off about an inch, maybe an inch and a half between where it needs to be and where it is. So that's what we'll do. Let's cut this off, get it welded back on the car, tape it up, and do some arts and crafts. Not bad at all. It came out really good. Had some, I like to call them good moments, like where sometimes you're just laying it down and it comes out really, really good and you're like dropping dimes and then bugger. But I like to call it like that's a nice moment. The rest of it, not so bad, but you had some good moments. It's all about the small wins. All right, going in for the final time, we hope. All right, so far so good. Get the rest of it done all the way back there. We got to retighten everything, make sure the muffler's sitting on the bumper correctly, get these tightened, and then we'll see how she sounds and fire it up. Just cycling it through. For some reason when I first got it, the old owner had a wire running from the fan to the inside of the car. I don't know why. It was still plugged in, so I'm wondering if the fan needs power or something is not kicking on. So I'm going to let this run for a second, see if I can figure out why the fan isn't kicking on. We've got a few things that we still need to do, and the steering, I need to replace those boots. Brakes seem to look decent. I want to make sure those are okay for her. We need to go get the tires changed onto her wheels, paint her wheels, and then she doesn't know it yet, but we're probably going to paint this car. I have painted cars before. I'm gonna have to do it somewhere other than the garage. Last time I did it in here, I made a complete disaster mess of white everywhere. I had white. These floors are supposed to be brown, so if that gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. But this bumper's got to go too. That's not gonna work. This bumper's broken, cracked, so we need to get a new bumper. There's massive, big rust hole behind the back window that we've got to take care of. I think I'm gonna have to remove the window to do it, but we'll get to that little by little, day by day.